Snow fell like tiny crystals from heaven, coating the quiet streets in a soft white blanket. The night was bone-chilling cold, the kind that made breath visible and hearts ache. Inside a small, warmly lit restaurant at the corner of Maple Street, the aroma of freshly baked bread and roasted chicken filled the air. But outside, under the dim glow of a flickering streetlight, stood an old woman wrapped in a worn-out coat and a young boy clutching her hand tightly. Their faces were red from the cold, eyes sunken with hunger and exhaustion. That's when Jacob Miller, the owner of the restaurant, noticed them through the frosted window. And that single moment would change the course of his life forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of compassion, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us spread real stories that touch hearts and remind the world that goodness still exists. Jacob was a man in his late 30s, once full of dreams but lately buried under debt and despair. His restaurant, Harvest Haven, had once been bustling with customers and laughter. But after the pandemic and months of financial strain, he was barely holding on. That night, he had stayed late to clean up, debating whether to close the restaurant for good. His eyes were tired, but his heart still carried a flicker of warmth, the kind that refused to die, no matter how cold the world became. When he saw the old woman and the boy standing outside, something inside him stirred. He hesitated for a moment. Logic whispered to ignore it, but conscience spoke louder. He opened the door, and a gust of freezing air swept in. The woman looked startled, unsure if she was about to be scolded for loitering. "Come inside," Jacob said softly, stepping aside. They hesitated, but the sight of the boy shivering pushed her forward. The warmth of the restaurant embraced them like an old friend. The boy's eyes widened at the smell of food, his small hands still gripping his grandmother's coat. Jacob didn't ask questions. He simply served them 2 hot bowls of soup, fresh bread, and a bit of stew. The woman's hands trembled as she lifted the spoon, her eyes glistening with tears. The boy ate slowly, almost reverently, as though afraid the meal might disappear. Jacob watched silently, realizing that he hadn't seen gratitude that pure in a very long time. After they finished, he brought them blankets from the back room and told them they could sleep in the restaurant's storage area for the night. "Just for tonight," he said, not wanting to give false hope. The woman nodded gratefully, whispering a shaky "thank you" that echoed louder in his heart than any applause he'd ever received. As the night deepened, Jacob sat alone by the window, watching the snow fall. He thought about how life had hardened him, how he had forgotten what it felt like to help someone without expecting anything in return. Seeing them sleep peacefully reminded him of his own mother, who had struggled to raise him after his father died young. He smiled faintly, remembering how she always said, "Kindness may not feed your wallet, but it feeds your soul." He didn't know then that her words were about to prove truer than ever. The next morning, Jacob found the boy awake, staring curiously at the kitchen counter where the bread was cooling. "Good morning," Jacob said with a grin. The boy smiled shyly and said his name was Eli. His grandmother, Margaret, thanked Jacob again and offered to clean the place before they left. Jacob insisted it wasn't necessary, but she insisted harder. As she swept the floor and wiped the tables, Jacob noticed her frailty, yet also her quiet dignity. When she was done, she looked out the window at the falling snow and sighed. "We'll find somewhere warm today." Jacob hesitated again. Something deep inside told him not to let them go. But before he could speak, the restaurant phone rang. It was the bank, reminding him of another overdue payment. His heart sank. How could he help others when he couldn't even save himself? Still, when he hung up, he found Margaret and Eli waiting by the door. "Wait," he said impulsively. "There's a small room upstairs I used for storage. It's not much, but you can stay there until you find somewhere better." Tears welled in Margaret's eyes. She clasped his hands, whispering blessings through her trembling lips. Days turned into weeks. Eli started helping around the restaurant, wiping tables, setting napkins, and greeting customers with a smile that warmed every heart that walked in. Margaret cooked meals with Jacob, sharing old recipes that filled the restaurant with nostalgia and love. Slowly, people began to return. Word spread that Harvest Haven wasn't just a restaurant anymore. It was a place where kindness was served alongside every meal. Local news picked up their story and customers started lining up again. The laughter returned, the light stayed on, and Jacob's heart began to heal. But life, as it always does, had one more surprise. One snowy evening, a black car pulled up outside the restaurant. A well-dressed man stepped out and introduced himself as William Price, the owner of a well-known hotel chain. He had heard about Jacob's story and came to see it for himself. After dining there and speaking with Margaret, he was deeply moved. "People like you remind me that humanity still has a chance," he told Jacob. Then he handed him a card. "I'm opening a new hotel nearby and need a partner who understands people, not just profits. Think about it." Jacob was speechless. That night he sat by the window once again, snow falling gently outside. Margaret joined him holding a cup of tea. "You see, Jacob," she said softly, "sometimes when you open your door for others, you open the door to your own blessings." Jacob smiled, tears blurring his vision. He looked at Eli playing with flour in the kitchen, laughing, and realized how much love and purpose had returned to his life. Months later, Harvest Haven became part of the new hotel, a symbol of hope and second chances. Margaret and Eli had their own home again, right above the restaurant. Every Christmas, Jacob would host a free dinner for the homeless, remembering the night that changed everything. And whenever someone asked why he did it, he'd simply smile and say, "Because once someone reminded me what it means to care."